Okay, hey people, onward with the franchise of Spidey. Look out, Spider-Man, because Spidey is in town. All right, well that's kind of stupid, but so here we go. We've got we want to go back to that master composition. Okay, so as we said in the beginning, the master composition that you see here has nothing in it yet. So you can think of the master composition as a collection of various things, and some of those things can be their own compositions. And so in this case, Spidey is going to be one of those things. So I'm going to drag Spidey into the overall composition. And one of the things that I'm going to do with Spidey is I'm going to do a right click. On your computer, that's going to be Control right click. And there's a few things that we can do. One of the things that I want to do is put a layer style on this. I'm going to do a layer style glow because I kind of like these things. We'll go to the outer glow here. And again, please remember that any of these things can be keyframed as well. I'm just going to do a little bit of like size differentiation here and take the spread down just a little bit. Jitter. I don't want to be too jittery there. Okay, and then of course we can change the color of that glow if we want it to kind of be more orangey, kind of like that maybe. Okay, so anyhow, we've got our glow in there, and what that's going to let me do is go to our composition and go back to the black color that I originally had. That was kind of the thing I wanted to have. And so we have our little spider doing stuff. Now what I want to do is I want to animate the spider coming down from the top. So let's get the spider in its first location, which is going to be like right off screen. And at this point we're just going to set the first keyframe position, and then I'm going to come up ahead a little bit to this position, this time, and I'm going to bring it down. So he's going to kind of come down a little bit, maybe to about here. Okay, so that's my second position. So let's see what happens now. Woo! Ah! Okay, now notice something. He stops right here, but then he goes away. Why do you think that is? Well, the reason for that is that the original Spidey animation itself, is only 2 seconds long. So what we have to be able to do, we have to loop Spidey. And so we do that in this, in our master composition here. So again, I have Spidey as an animation inside of our master composition here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, right click, I'm going to go to time, and I'm going to do something called Enable Time Remapping. What that's going to allow me to do is loop Spidey as long as I need to loop it. In our case, we're just going to loop Spidey to the duration of the master layer, or the master composition, master. And again, I'm going to do, for this one, I'm going to do an Option click. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to do a time remap little script. So you're going to type loop out parentheses, and you'll see some of these just kind of come up in their window. These are like little Python scripts. And so we're just going to do type equals, let's see, this will be a cycle animation, or a cycle loop. And then we're going to do like numbers of keyframes. So num keyframe equal to 0. And I think the K is capital there. We'll certainly find out in a minute there. Okay. So at this point, what I can do now, so I've got my time remap on, everything is good. So we're just going to know that that's in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to extend this out, right? So this is the Spidey layer, or the spider composition. But what we just want to make sure of is that that spider stays there long enough to continue to animate it. All right. Stay with me. I know this is going to get confusing, but it no longer more confusing than it's been already. Good. All right, so now we're going to go and we want to make our next position. So we'll say, this feels like yo-yo to me. So we're going to take Spidey and we're going to take Spidey back up again, but we're not going to have him go quite as much up as the last time. And this time we're going to have him come down, but not with as much force, okay? And this time back up a little bit, but again, not as much force and not as much distance, right? Something like that. And then we'll have him come back down, shorter little amounts. And at this point, I might have him swing a little bit side to side. So scary. All right, so let's just take a look at what we have so far. Boom. Spider. Woo! Okay, and now he's kind of like, whoa. All right, so we could make all of that a lot more smooth, right? So let's take a look at all of these keyframes. I'm going to right click on all of these keyframes and I'm going to do just easy ease on all of them. Okay, and I also think that you know, sort of the curve of what's happening there to make that move a little bit more smooth. But what I really want you to see here is the fact that we've got a composition within another composition. So this is master. Master has spider in it now. Now we can also bring other things in.